As of September 2025, President Donald Trump proposed renaming the Department of Defense (DoD) to the Department of War. Historically, the U.S. DoD was originally called the Department of War until 1949, when it was reorganized post-World War II. The proposal is largely symbolic but aims to convey a more aggressive military stance and reassert national defense priorities. Washington, D.C. reacted strongly. Key lawmakers, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, called it a dangerous step and highlighted concerns about escalating global tensions. Analysts argue that the name change may influence public perception, diplomatic messaging, and military morale, even if no immediate policy changes occur. Allies and adversaries alike may interpret the move as a more confrontational or militaristic posture. Some foreign policy experts warn it could signal a shift in U.S. international strategy, affecting negotiations, alliances, and defense diplomacy. On September 5, 2025, President Donald Trump publicly announced his plan to rebrand the Department of Defense. The renaming would be done via executive order, meaning Trump can implement the change without waiting for Congress. Executive orders are legal instruments presidents use to direct government operations. This makes it faster than a law passed by Congress, but it is mostly symbolic unless followed by policy changes. The Department of Defense was originally called the Department of War from 1789 until 1949. In 1947, the National Security Act reorganized the military structure and created the Department of Defense. This renaming reflects a return to the original terminology, signaling a potentially more aggressive or assertive military identity. The administration states the move is intended to project strength and clarity in U.S. military policy. Analysts note that even symbolic renaming can affect internal military culture, public perception, and international diplomatic signaling. Mitch McConnell is the Senate Minority Leader as of 2025 and a senior Republican senator from Kentucky. He is a key political figure in shaping legislative debates and expressing party perspectives. McConnell made this statement in response to President Trump's proposed Pentagon rebranding as the Department of War. His comment reflects concerns among lawmakers regarding possible shifts in U.S. foreign policy and military posture. Most dangerous since before World War II is a political assessment, not an official security declaration. It signals apprehension that changes in military branding and strategy could influence international relations, alliances, and national security perception. Analysts interpret it as highlighting the potential risks of aggressive symbolism in military policy. After recess, the U.S. Congress reconvened in September 2025, which means lawmakers are returning to Capitol Hill to address pending legislative matters. Congress must pass funding bills to allocate money to federal departments, including defense, education, and infrastructure. Disagreements between parties often lead to debates and government shutdown threats if consensus isn't reached. National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA. The NDAA sets annual defense spending, policies, and military priorities. It is a crucial bill for the Pentagon and will likely be influenced by Trump's proposed Department of War rebranding. Lawmakers continue debates about Washington, D.C.'s self-governance, voting rights, and local autonomy. These discussions can generate political friction between parties. With multiple high-stakes bills and debates, media coverage and public discussion are expected to intensify, particularly around defense policy, budget allocations, and civil governance issues. Mixed public reaction, following President Trump's announcement to rename the Department of Defense as the Department of War, public and expert opinions vary. Surveys and social media commentary indicate supporters see it as reinforcing U.S. military strength, while critics warn it may signal aggressiveness on the global stage. Supportive viewpoints. Proponents argue the renaming reaffirms America's commitment to national defense. Some military historians note it aligns with historical roots of the Department of War, 1789 to 1949. Critics suggest the change could be interpreted by foreign governments as a more confrontational posture. Concerns include potential impacts on diplomatic relations, alliance negotiations, and international security perception. Long-term implications. Renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War is largely symbolic at this stage. Historically, Names and titles in government can influence perception and policy culture, even if no immediate operational changes occur. Potential military posture change. Experts debate whether this rebranding could reflect a shift toward a more assertive or aggressive defense policy, especially in international diplomacy and military signaling. However, no official policy changes have been announced that directly alter military operations, symbolic versus practical. Some analysts view the renaming as mainly symbolic, aimed at public messaging and political branding. Others warn that symbolism in military titles can impact alliances, adversary perceptions, and morale, highlighting the importance of interpretation. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor this developing story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.